Good morning, everyone. This is Elaine from Anabellas. Welcome back to Flosstube number 94. I am very happy that you're here. If you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel. This channel is primarily about cross-stitch and quilting and paper crafting with a little bit of my life thrown in. I hope that you'll look up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. That will just notify you when I've uploaded a new video or I have some fun news to share. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back every week. I appreciate it. We are trying to hit our next milestone. So if you could make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, that would be wonderful. And I would very much appreciate it. So this might be a little bit longer video. I've got lots to share with you today, lots of news, lots of FFOs, lots of Christmas charts, some new shop arrivals, some of my WIPs. So I hope that you will sit back and relax, maybe stitch along as I go through all of the day's events. But let me first tell any of our new viewers what our philosophy is here at Anabellas. So it's my personal philosophy as well, and that is it's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And what I mean by that is if you make a mistake when you're stitching or paper crafting or quilting, don't be too hard on yourself. Fix it if you can. If not, move on. Don't put it in a drawer. Proudly display it, gift it to a friend. No one's really going to know that that error is there except you. And you work too hard to make these beautiful things. So just recognize that it's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. I know that I am. So I hope you'll subscribe to that philosophy as well. So let me have a sip of coffee and then I will update you on all things retreat related. If you're not interested in hearing this update, feel free to scoot ahead. I'm just going to spend about 5 minutes here going through some of the retreat updates. So our all things autumn retreat with Stitching with the Housewives was this past weekend in Asheville, North Carolina. And it was the first retreat that Anabellas put on, and it was simply amazing. We had the best group of volunteers that helped Terry and I pull this off, that we just cannot thank them enough. Without them, I don't know what I would have done because it got a little crazy, but it was wonderful. And you can feel free to go to crossstitchretreats.com, and if you'd like, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and there'll be some comments that some of the retreat attendees left for Terry and I to read. So we've gone ahead and posted those so that if you want to hear what people have to say about our first retreat, you can go ahead there and check it out. But it was wonderful. We played games, we had a popcorn and pajama party, we stitched and stitched and stitched, but most importantly, I would say, is we made a lot of new stitchy friends. And that was really what this retreat was all about, is just getting a bunch of people together, having everybody get to meet Priscilla and Chelsea and spend a great weekend with them. And just sitting back and, you know, taking a deep breath and stitching. So a lot of people got in a lot of stitching. So it was wonderful. And I'll go ahead and I'll put some photos in at the very end of this video. I have to scratch my foot. I got a mosquito bite. I will put in some photos at the very end of this video. So if you'd like to see some shots of some of the folks that attended the retreat and some of the things we did, you can check them out there. Now we have 2 charts that are now going to be available. They're on the in the Etsy shop now. The first chart that I'm going to insert the photo here, it was designed by Priscilla and Chelsea for this retreat. It's called Autumn Leaves and Pumpkins Please. And this is available in our Etsy shop right now for immediate download. So this is a beautiful chart. The finishing that everybody did was phenomenal. Again, you can see the finished pieces at the end of this video. And then Anabellas put together a little chart as well for retreat attendees. They got this, I think on the second day of the retreat. There's 2 finishes I'm going to show you. The first one was done by Chantel at 141 Design Company. So if you haven't checked her out, the link to her YouTube channel or Flosstube channel is below. And she also has an Etsy shop, and I'll link that too. Chantel designed this beautiful board, which our chart, All Things Autumn, fits on perfectly. And look at that. Is this amazing? It's absolutely adorable. So this was the finished piece that was shown to folks so that they could see, you know, one of the ways they could finish it. And they all received this board and the needle and, of course, the leaf in their kit, as well as all the fabric and the floss and what have you. So this is how it was finished by Chantel. And then I finished mine a little bit differently. I just made a cute little pillow, and I stitched mine on a different colored fabric. I think I stitched this on beautiful beige, and she looks like she stitched hers on maybe an antique white. But we both used the same stitch count. I don't know if it's 14. I think she did hers on 14 and I did mine on 16. But look at how cute he is. And then everybody got a needle minder. I just glued mine to the back as a, to cover that up. But there you go. Look how cute he is. I love all those colors. So this was our little guy from the All Things Autumn Retreat. And this chart is also available if you'd like to check it out. It's in the Etsy shop, and it is also available for immediate download. So thanks again, Chantal. It was wonderful. Okay. Primrose Cottage Retreat is coming up the first weekend of January in West Palm Beach, Florida. And yes, all my children are down there right now in this hurricane. It is Thursday morning, so the storm is just departing South Florida where my kids live. So as far as I know, they all did okay. I think Andrew's working the storm, obviously, as a first responder. And he's north of West Palm. His job is about an hour and a half. So he probably is getting the brunt of it right now. So mommy will be texting him later today to make sure he's okay. But I talked to Michelle yesterday and Charlene and Courtney, and they're all doing well. They were all ready to go and ready to face the storm. So I'm sure they're fine. So anyway, I digress. So Primrose Cottage Stitches, first weekend in January in West Palm Beach. We do still have a few spots open. So if you would like to join all of us there, please go ahead to crossstitchretreats.com and you will find the information packet for that retreat on the front page. And you can just go ahead and click the button and it will take you to the registration form. Fill that out. I'll get it later today and I will send you an invoice right away. So you should have an invoice, within the next 8 hours after you register. Now, if you don't get an invoice, if you don't get an invoice from me, email me again because sometimes things fall through the cracks or the form goes to my spam folder sometimes. I don't know why. So we're very excited. Can't wait to see them. And for those of you who are attending, they promised to get me your chart so that I can then order all of the floss and the fabric later this week. So as soon as I get the floss requirements and the fabric requirements, I still have to place the order with the distributors. And then as soon as I get that, I will ship the chart to everybody so you can begin stitching it in advance of the retreat. So that's fun. And then more exciting news. I know you've all been waiting. You couldn't wait. The All Things Spring Retreat with Teresa Kogut is ready to open up for registration on Tuesday, November 15th, I believe, at 12 noon. So that is when registration will open for the Teresa Kogut retreat. That's being held in Michigan, her home state. So we're very excited that we can bring her the retreat right there in her home state. And the information package for that retreat will be on the website this Sunday. So you will go to crossstitchretreats.com now, and I'm going to insert the photo here of the cover photo of the retreat packet. So you'll find the retreat packet photo there, but you won't be able to click it. It's not going to take you anywhere until Sunday. And on Sunday, you can go ahead and download the information packet. It has all the information you need to know: price, hotel, a tentative schedule, all of the things that you'd want to know if you were considering attending this retreat with Teresa Kogut. And then, as I said, registration will open on Tuesday at 12 noon sharp. So we're very excited about this. Teresa's just wonderful, and she puts on an amazing retreat. So we're very, very happy to have her as our guest designer. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Shop news. Everybody's asking. The shop here, our new LNS, opens up December 1st with our grand opening and our holiday open house. So folks here in Waynesville, the little town we work in North Carolina, they're knocking down the doors. So Terry and I are just thrilled that we can bring a little LNS shop right here to Waynesville. So if you're in the area on December 1st or anytime after that, please pop in, say hello. Terry and I would love to meet you. And we are very excited. The big sign went up on the top of the building yesterday. So our window signs have been up. I'll insert it here. And then our big sign went up yesterday. So it's getting real. I'm going shopping later today for more furniture because we have expanded the retail space that we're going to be using. So I am going to have to go buy more furniture, which is fine because I'm going to go back to that same place I got everything else at because he's super nice and I loved the antiques that I was able to grab. So that's fun. So that's it. I'll update more as we get closer, I'm sure. So how about we just start talking about stitching? Did I keep it to 5 minutes? Just about. Okay, so let's talk about stitching. I might want to grab a pen and paper because at some point I've got a lot of new releases to show you from designers. I have some Anabella's things I'm going to show you by Anabella's Needle Art. And then I have a ton of charts from the most wonderful designers in the world that I'm going to show you after that. Okay, so first, before I do that, let me show you some of my FFOs. Because you all know that I was working on Comfort and Joy by Misty over at Luminous Fiber Arts, and I finally finished it off. This is my little pillow that I made. I went ahead and I hand stitched the palm trim all the way around, and then when I finished my backing, I took a woolly charm, which we sell in the shop, and a little button and just threaded it, and that's how I finished off the back. But I'm thrilled with the way this came out. This is just so cute, and we do carry these charts if you'd like to stitch this up. This was not only something quick to stitch, it was fun to stitch. The colors are beautiful. So I just love it, and it is going home with me today. It's not staying in the shop because I want to display it in my family room. So there you go. That's Comfort and Joy. So that's done, thank goodness. Then I have, let me tell you, well, that's a finish. So I'm going to show you other finishes, but they're new releases. So let me show you what I'm working on too. So I'm working on 2 new charts. One is our Christmas Simple Smalls book that Anabella's just put out. So I think this came out last week, but I didn't have the charts when I showed it to you. So this is the book. There are 15 Simple Smalls in the book. There's snowflakes, there's a Christmas town, there's a Christmas train, there's a snowman, there's some presents. So those are some examples on the back. This is the little guy I'm stitching right now. I'm going to show him to you next. But these are all the designs that are in there. Well, most of them anyway, that's on here. So you can get this in the shop. And this is the progress I've made on that cute little snowman. So if you can look, when we say Simple Smalls, we mean Simple Smalls. This guy's maybe going to be 3 inches when he's done. And again, that is this guy right here. So look how cute he is. So I am stitching him up, should have him done, you know, this weekend. And then I will finish him off into an ornament and show it to you next week. So that is being something I'm stitching on. That's fun. And then you all know how much I love cardinals. And if you've watched my floss tubes, you know the story behind the cardinals and my beloved Aunt Millie and my Uncle Buddy who passed away earlier this year. So when Paulette at Plum Street Samplers came out with Cardinalkin, you know I just had to run out and grab it off the shelf. And Terry yelled at me. He said, "Did you take that out of stock?" I'm like, "Oh, maybe not." So I am stitching this beautiful guy up. And you guys would be so proud of me. I am stitching this on linen. So there we go. And look how far I've done. Let me block that so you can see a little better. Coming along really nicely. Oh, there's our needle minder from the retreat. But coming along very nicely. You can see him there. And I'm not going to get this done this weekend, but I'm going to keep working on it because I'm really, really enjoying it. And I told all of you that I stitch in hand. But I decided to go ahead and, jump in the pool with everybody else and use a Q-snap. This is an 8x8 Q-snap. And you know what? When I'm stitching with linen, I'm finding this to be, a godsend. Because first of all, it holds my linen taut. And it's kind of hard for me to keep the same, same strength, I guess, when I'm going through all my stitching. My tension the same. So when I stitch with this Q-snap, I really like it, and I can hold it like this, or I can hold it on the side. I can rest it on my tummy or on the table, and I'm finding that it's going much quicker, and it's holding my fabric nice and firm. So I'm enjoying it. I don't think I'd like the bigger ones. There is a smaller one, a 6x6, so I might add that to my home stash of so it's by my stitchy chair. But this is a beautiful stitch. So that is Cardinal Kin. So that is fun. Then I have some finishes. You all know that every month we do Simple Smalls. So November Simple Smalls, I showed you one a couple weeks ago. I'm going to show it to you again now. And then I finished off the other 3, which are now in the chart. In the shop, so that if you'd like one or all of them, you can certainly feel free to check them out. So I showed you this one. This is done on our BellaBoards, perfect for Thanksgiving. It's forever thankful, always grateful, and incredibly blessed, which is what I feel and what Terry feel right now after that amazing retreat and all of the wonderful folks that came and spent the weekend with us, and Priscilla and Chelsea. I am forever thankful and always grateful. And yes, I'm very blessed. So there you go. That's a cute little, and again, this is on one of our BellaBoards. This is a 4x6 BellaBoard in our autumn orange, and that is in the shop. Then we have 3 more that are now available. The first one is Tom. Tom is an adorable little turkey, and he was stitched on, I believe, a beautiful beige. And I have buttons here. We carry many buttons by Buttons Galore. And all I did was just put a little button right there on the front. And then on the back, you know, I added another one when I finished them off. And then we also sell this fabric, which complements this turkey very nicely. And I just sell that in a 12 by 12 square. I think it's like $2.99 or something. So you can grab it if you want. But that is Tom Turkey. Then I finished our Pilgrim. Now, let me just tell you, he is so stinking cute. This is our Pilgrim. He's so cute. Look at him. So I finished him off on one of our 6x8 BellaBoards, and I just wrapped it up in some fabric by Chelsea's Checks. And I went ahead and just added a little burlap bow and then 2 more buttons from Buttons Galore that complement this perfectly. Just a little green button and a little pumpkin, and you'll find those in the shop. And he is going home to sit in my home through the Thanksgiving holiday. But that is our Pilgrim. And then last but not least, in our November Simple Smalls that are now available is this beautiful cornucopia. And I just love cornucopias. So this is a quick stitch. I would say the finished is maybe 4.5. I don't have it in front of me. But if I show you my fingers, you know, he's not very big. The pillow makes him bigger, but the cornucopia itself is not very large. But it's a beautiful stitch. We have some acorns here, and of course all of the fruit and the pumpkin and the vegetables, the corn and the apples. And I finished this off again using just a little bit of Chelsea's Checks, and then I made a covered button and used some of my woolly charms to finish that off. Just a fabulous quick finish. We want to make finishing fun here at Anabella's, so you know we are trying to show you things that are not too elaborate, just so that you're not intimidated and that you can see how quick it is to do a quick stitch and then just a very quick finish. So those are our 4 Simple Smalls for the month of November, all available now in the shop. Then I want to show you really quick our Pillow Pals. Now, everybody knows that we debuted our autumn Pillow Pals with Skylar the Squirrel, Roscoe the Raccoon, and Ollie the Owl. And now let me show you the winter version of the 3 of them. These are our Christmas Pillow Pals, and we are introducing Hazel the Hedgehog. So she will join her friends and now will be present at all of the Pillow Pal releases as we move forward. So there is Hazel the Hedgehog, you have Ollie the Owl, you have Skylar the Squirrel, and last is Roscoe the Raccoon. So let me show these to you. If you're not familiar, Pillow Pals are cute little charts that my daughter and I design. They come out seasonally or by holiday. So this little guy, Roscoe the Raccoon, debuted last in autumn, and this time he's debuting for winter, and he's a little quick stitch, just very tiny, you know, maybe 2.5 or 3 inches, maybe by 3 inches. And I finished him off on the back, and look, I found a little raccoon in my stash, just a little button. I believe I got this at Michael's, just a bag of buttons. I don't carry him in the shop, but you can get it at Michael's. And he's even got blue eyes, which match the fabric that I picked. So there you go. Isn't he cute? And then little Hazel the Hedgehog, she's so adorable. So here she is. You'll see her all of the time. Finished her off on a nice pretty piece of fabric that I have in my stash. I used another woolly charm, and then I had just a little snowflake button from Buttons Galore that I stuck on there. So that's Hazel. Then we have our sweet little Skylar the squirrel. Here he is under the lights, ready to play with some snow. He's got a snowball in his hand. Some snow has landed on his tail, and he's looking to shake that off. And it looks like it's going to fall right into the stocking. But that is our cute little Skylar, Roscoe the raccoon. And last but not least, my sweet little Ollie the owl. Ollie is all ready for the snow. He's got his hat on, and he's standing by the Christmas tree, hoping that Santa brings him some presents. And I just finished him off with a piece of fabric. I had this striped fabric in my stash. It kind of matches his hat. And then I took a Christmas tree button from Buttons Galore, and there you go. So those are our Christmas Simple Smalls Pillow Pals, and they are available in the shop, and they are coming in a set of 4 this time, I believe. I believe my daughter's putting them into a set of 4. I haven't seen the final chart yet, but I'll have it before this goes live. So it'll either be in a set of 4 or they'll be sold singly. So that's fun. Then I just want to show you real quick our Christmas Simple Smalls that came out a couple months ago, but it wasn't Christmas time, so I think a lot of people kind of forgot about them, and I've had some requests to re-show them. So let me go ahead and honor that request and show these to you very quick. There are 7 charts in our Christmas Smalls. This is gingerbread cookies. This is finished on one of our Christmas green BellaBoards. I just put a little bow on top and added some acorns and what have you. But that, and these are very, very quick stitches. So this is North Pole gingerbread cookies baked fresh daily. So there you go. That's one of the charts. Then also on one of our BellaBoards is Old Fashioned Sleigh Rides. This is a 4x6 BellaBoard, so was the other one. I just finished this off very similarly, just a bow, some pine, a little bit of pine cone, and I wrapped this in Chelsea's Checks, black and white, and that is Old Fashioned Sleigh Rides and Hot Cocoa. This is one of my favorites. Love the way that came out. Then we have Santa's Workshop, handcrafted since 1701. So that's Santa's Workshop. That's how I finished it. This is on our Christmas red BellaBoard, and this is 4x6. And just so you know, all of our BellaBoards come fully painted and distressed. They are made to look farmhouse vintage in style. So there are imperfections that you will see along the way, and they're meant to be that way. But this is our 4x6 board, and that is Santa's Workshop. Then we have our little Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Just finished that off into a little pillow. Again, I used some of Chelsea's Checks on the back, added a little button, and there you go. Very cute little pillow. And you can easily just add some string or a nice ribbon here, and you can hang this from your tree if you don't want to put it in a dough bowl. Itty bitty tiny tiny. Look at this little cute little Kringle Candy Company candy canes. Again, just finish this off with a little bit of Chelsea's Checks on the back, and there you go. Then we have Farm Fresh Christmas trees. Just a nice, again, just a little pillow, and again, quick and easy. You can also make this an ornament, and spruce and pine and fir are some of the most popular brands or types of Christmas trees out there, I guess, these days. So there you go. And then last but not least, this is our Farm Fresh Christmas Trees red truck. And I finished this off on this crate that I got at Hobby Lobby. He's kind of squished because he went to Asheville with me. And then I just put this pretty bow on top. A couple pieces of matting board, again with Priscilla's Chelsea's Checks in the red and the black and white. And that is done. And I didn't even have to paint this because these boards come this color. Okay, so now you're all caught up on all of Anabella's stuff. And like I said, all of that is in the Etsy shop. So Another sip of coffee, and then let's look at all of these wonderful new charts that have come in, because there are many. Oh, I forgot to show you one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The only reason I'm showing this is because I do want to shout out the Needlework Retailer Magazine. Now, some of you may not receive this, but some others might. So Anabella's Snow Much Fun, which is this chart right here, made the cover of Needlework Retailer Magazine. So I thought it'd be just kind of fun to show it to you. The picture's beautiful, but it doesn't do it justice. So here is our beautiful Snow Much Fun. These are our 3 little snowmen. They are so stinking cute. And there you go. This is what it looks like framed. And then there's 2 others in the series. We have Snowflakes Glisten. And I just put these in pretty white frames that I got at Michael's. And then last but not least is our wonderful Winter. And there he is. All kinds of fun things that we love about winter. And that's Wonderful Winter. Okay? Just wanted you to see those. All 3 charts are sold separately and they're in the shop. And thank you, Needlework Retailer. We appreciate you. All right, real quick. Teresa Kogan, I have some fabric that is called Time to Stitch. It's from her most recent fabric line. I had a bolt of fabric left over. I over-ordered it. So what I did is I cut the fabric into half-yard bundles and 1-yard bundles. It's a very popular fabric, so once it's gone, it's gone. So they'll come in a half-a-yard bundle like this. This is the fabric. It's amazing. There's so many things you can do with this. And then it also comes in the 1-yard bundle. But that's only while supplies last. So you got to get it while it's there, because once it's gone, it's gone. So 1 yard or half yard. Then Priscilla and Chelsea, we have their 3 brand new charts. If you haven't seen them, these are adorable. This one is amazing. This is Santa's Hot Cocoa, and look at how that is finished off. Santa's Hot Cocoa. Give you a closer look at the chart itself, because that's kind of, you don't get all of that. You just get this right here. So there's the chart. And this is 5x7 when it's done. It was stitched on 28 count black even weave using all Classic Colorworks floss. The DMC conversion is also on the back. And she got the some things from Hobby Lobby, it looks like, some from Fat Quarter Shop, and it's all listed on the back for you. So there you go. Then we have her month-to-month series, and we do have a Facebook group for those of you who want to stitch along with us as we do the month-to-month series by Stitching with the Housewives. This is the most recent. This is January. Isn't that cute? So there you go. That is January. Then in her Let's Go Ride a Bike series, Winter Woods. So there you go, Winter Woods. Then Sweet Wing Studio came out with a couple new charts, but we also ordered some stickers. So let me show you the stickers that we have now. I'd rather be cross stitching. I have this on the back of my car. Then we have Cross Stitcher on Board. Now I should put this one on the back of the car. And we have I Love Cross Stitch in a hoop. How cute are those? So while supplies last, these are available. And then this beautiful chart is called the Newborn King. Then we have Let Us Adore Him. Pretty, huh? I love that. So those are by Sweet Wing Studio. Then October House Fiber Arts came out with Beecher's Blooms. Cute little pillow she made. So pretty. Beecher's Blooms. Jardin Prev came out with a Quaker cross stitch chart. So you see cross stitch here, and then she has all of the different languages that reference cross stitch. So it's a Quaker theme pattern. Then Paulette has 2 other charts that she came out with in addition to Cardinalkin, which I showed you earlier that I'm stitching. The first one is Autumn Cottage. Autumn Cottage. And then she has Grace Doth Abound. And it says, toil o'er the ground, yet grace doth abound. It's hard to see, so I wanted to show that to you. It's right here, but that's beautiful. So those are the 3 releases by Paulette at Plum Street. Then our sweet friend Chrissy over at Finally a Farm Girl. If you have not checked out Chrissy's channel, be sure to do so. She's an absolute doll. You'll love her. And she has a great series where she features Matilda the Mouse. And this is Santa Matilda. So look at how cute she is. So that is Santa Matilda, and she is now available. So cute. Then Les Petites Croix came out with Christmas Bakery. I can't take these out of here because of the way they're sealed, but look at that. I love, this reminds me of when I was a little girl. That Santa just takes me back. Look at that. Very pretty. So that is Christmas Bakery. Then Cherry Hill Studio came out with 2 new charts. The first one is Jingle Bell Sleigh Ride Company. Jingle Bell Sleigh Ride Company. And she stitched this on 16 count fabric using all DMC floss. I'm sorry, she stitched this on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha Belfast linen using 2 strands. It looks like over, I don't know if it's over 1 or 2, but there you go. And then she also came out with reindeer games. I might have showed this one last week, but I know I didn't show the other one. So that's reindeer games. I have to put all this back. See, the worst thing about taking these out is it takes 20 minutes to put it back in their sleeves. Stony Creek, Frosty's favorite truck. Isn't that great? So that's by Stony Creek. Let's see, this, on 14 count, this will finish off around 9 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then they also do 16 and 18 count, it's 7 1/4 by 5. But that's a great chart, brand new, just came out. Pansy Patch, back in stock. I had run out of this. This is Christmas House. Her new charts have been in the Etsy shop for pre-order, and they're in Canada Post has them, so I should have them in the next 7 to 14 days. It takes a long time to get things from Canada, so if you pre-ordered them, just know that they have shipped. We're just waiting for them to arrive. But in the meantime, we were out of Christmas House, and it is now back in stock. Reindeer Games by Kathy Barrick. This came out, I believe, at the Needlework Expo, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. But no, it didn't. It didn't come out at Needlework Expo. But I love this chart, and I didn't have it. It's back. So this is Reindeer Games by Kathy Barrick. It's beautiful. Then Artful Offerings, beautiful new chart. This is called Winter's Peace Sampler. And I think I showed this last week, but I didn't have the chart in hand. So there it is. Look at those blues. My favorite color. One of my pink and blue, my 2 favorite colors. Cottage Garden Samplings. This is Christmas Star. And I didn't pull the reindeer, which was number 12 in the series that she just released. So that was the 12th and final in the wood series. And it's the reindeer. But this is Christmas Star. And I just love the animals in the tree, the cardinals and the squirrels and the birds. And there's Santa. Then Twin Peak Primitives has a sign series. This is winter signs, which I think is great. So basically this is like one of the yard signs that you would stick in the yard. But look how cute that is. It says peace. I don't know. I think it's faith and family and welcome winter. Let me see if that says faith. F-A-I. I don't know. I can't tell what that says. But I'm going to look real quick. Peace, yes. Peace, faith, and family. Already showed that. Then this is by Homespun Elegance, Merry Noel Sampler Santa. This was out of stock. It is now back in stock. I can't take it out of here, so I'm going to try to let you see it. It's beautiful. Blue Noel, another Twin Peak Primitives chart. It is not new, but I was out. I got it back, and I wanted you to see it because so many people loved this chart. It's a nice, she finished it off as a nice little pillow. Stony Creek, 2 new charts that are back in stock. Last but not least is Noel, which is a Snow Friends banner. And if you're not familiar with Stony Creek banners, they do a whole series. The Christmas series, this is one in the series. They also have Christmas Snow Friends, Believe Snow Friends, Peace Snow Friends, Hope Snow Friends, and Faith Snow Friends. So these are them on the back. So there are 5 other charts in the 6 chart series so far. And I believe we carry most of these. And then last but not least, today in new charts or charts that are back in stock is by Stony Creek. It's called Noel, Noel. And it says, Noel, Noel, born as the King of Israel. There you go. Very pretty. So that's it, everybody. Those are all the things that came in while I was at the retreat, and Terry was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And Terry did come to the retreat and got to meet everybody, so that was kind of fun. And he actually stood up and said a few words, so I was kind of shocked. But he is busy shipping away, so we'll let him do that. All right, let me see what I've got to show you. I showed you all of that. Oh, Prairie Schooler. Those of you who are participating in the Prairie Schooler Stitch Along on Facebook, the reason I don't have anything to show you is because I hate what I've done so far. Not happy with it, so I am going to have to start over again, and I'm going to do that this weekend. So I haven't given up. I just, you know what? Sometimes being perfectly imperfect means also just, you know, starting over completely. So I'm starting over completely on that poor little Prairie Schooler stocking. So stay tuned. I will be back in the group this week. And speaking of groups, our Tuesday Sit and Stitch-In resumes on Tuesday. And I apologize to everybody who went to the retreat when I said see you Tuesday. Tuesday came and I was in bed. I was exhausted. I needed just, I don't know what I was thinking, that I was going to leave a retreat and then go, you know, work like crazy and do all that stuff. But I had to take a day. So we will be back this coming Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to resume our Anabella's Craft Tube, like Flosstube, Anabella's Craft Tube. And I'm hoping that I will be able to show you how to make some fun Christmas tags, or I will at least show you some finished fun Christmas tags. And that is all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in every week. Thank you for spending time with me. I do hope that you will stick around and watch some of the fun photos from the retreat at the end. Good luck if I don't see you before registration opens for the Teresa Kogut retreat on Tuesday. Good luck, everybody. I hope I get to see you in Michigan. It's going to be phenomenal. So until then, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. See you soon.